Hi, everybody. Hey, Linda. Hey, Palma. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I love that bunny image. Those two bunnies. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. This is Melissa, your free range psychic, going live. Hey, Jackie. Jackie, can you hear me? Is this thing on? Hey, Daniel. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Happy Easter weekend, right? Lots of family stuff going on, I guess. Roxanne, hey, hi. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Linda. So this has been quite a week. Things are just getting brutal. I mean, if they weren't already, just seems like it's getting even more brutal out there with Trump and his I don't even know what to call them, the dictator friends, his uh, his coup, the coup mongers, the ones who are in the coup. It's shocking. It is so shocking. I don't blame people if they like want to opt out for a while and just not be involved in what's going on because it's just so outrageous. Hey, Seascape, hugs back to you. So we could talk about that, and my guides definitely have something to tell you. I have a oracle card for us. Yeah, Jackie, here. I'll put your. It is well, I think it's intentionally exhausting. They're trying to just do everything they can and break our spirits. That's what my guides say too, that what's going on is it's still like an energetic war, and they want us to like give up and just let them do whatever they think they can do. But there is resistance out there. Even the Supreme Court. We can talk about the Supreme Court too, because I have some ideas about the Supreme Court. I don't remember what I talked about last week, but kind of the direction they're heading in right now, which is unexpected. Oh, Marianne, hi, how are you? And please ask your questions, you guys. I'll do my best to answer them. Did everybody, or everybody, did anybody catch the past life I did of Bernie Sanders last Sunday? It didn't get, well, the past lives don't get as many views as the lives or the other videos I used to do. I think maybe not, past lives is a thing you have to believe in, and maybe not as many people believe in past lives as other things. Not saying that my past lives are accurate or not. They do seem to resonate, though. The one about Bernie really did to me. Yeah, Daniel, I agree. I feel seasick with all of it. It makes me sick. Just the cruelty and just like yeah, full on like Nazism. Like let's build those five extra uh or five more concentration camps in El Salvador. Why not? What do you ask? Can hear us escape? What is SCOTUS' next move? The felon won't bring back Garcia. Well, this is what I think, but I want to yeah, say that, emotionally, I'm not clear these days about things. So whether it's what my guides are saying or what I want to happen, if I do apologize if I err on that side of things. I try not to. I work every day on myself to be clear, and as detached as I can be. But oh, that's a good question, Jackie. Um, I'll get to that in a second. But this is kind of what's even forming in my rational mind is that, last week, right, 9-0 ruled against Trump regarding uh, his reticence to, or his denial to bring back Garcia from El Salvador, who's there illegally, was kidnapped and is an innocent man. Or if not, he has not had due process, and that's within in our Constitution. It's like, it's a basic and fundamental. So the Supreme Court basically said, and I know they parsed their words, they said we needed to facilitate that. Now Stephen Miller's like full on saying, oh no, that's not what the Supreme Court said, and lying about what he said, as if they had Trump had a victory. And I believe what happened was Supreme Court gave it back down to the judge. Um, uh, what is his name? It's Bolero. I know I'm going to get it wrong. Boleros, or somebody give me the name, please, of that judge who basically cleaned up the language. And then the Trump regime said, no, we're not going to bring him back. And basically, and I think that, or there, if it wasn't that judge, yeah, I think it was that judge. But now, just today, I saw that uh, the judge ruled against Trump, and he's in criminal contempt for sending the 2 plane loads of um, kidnapped uh, people to El Salvador, to their prisons there, their gulags, and he's demanded to bring them back. So this is the hill that Trump wants to like die on, I guess. Oh, I'm sure Steve Miller. This is I've been waiting for it to go full Nazi. I couldn't do it as much as I wanted last time, even though, he imprisoned and put into concentration camps. Um, uh, the people who are coming across the border, and uh, they accused of coming illegally, and then just God knows that was horrific too. Let's not forget how horrific those camps were, and the babies getting separated from their, and older children getting separated from their parents. That doesn't even make sense. Babies, toddlers, and children, right? That was horrific. Um, so coming back to what's happening now, and maybe there's a lot of money to be made, but I don't think it's just about the money. Concentration camps. It's this desire to bring Nazism back. Full bore, not just to have a brutal regime and autocracy, but there's a ideology beyond that. Uh, it's megalomaniacal. And it's insane. So now they're at a standoff. Trump's been charged with criminal contempt by the judge, and we're waiting, like we're on tenterhooks. But okay, this is like the backstory too, regarding the Supreme Court. So in the meantime, there has been a lawsuit that was filed a week ago, last Monday, I think, against the tariffs. It's a small business. Um, that they're objecting to the fact that the tariffs interrupt, I think, like free flow of business. And so who's behind this small business? Who's bringing this to court? Well, the Koch brothers and Leonard Leo, is that his name? I don't believe he is like the head of the Heritage Society. So that's a big deal. Um, you get the Heritage Society, who put the Supreme Court, or the conservative um, justices, all of them chosen by the Heritage Society, and then that's how they got their seat. And that's, I believe, why all 9 justices, including Alito and Thomas, voted against Trump, because it was a message loud and clear to the Trump administration that the Koch brothers and the Heritage Society, and that includes the Federalist Society, by the way, meant business, and the Supreme Court was not in Trump's control, even though Trump put those or nominated those justices. It was the Koch brothers and Leo who actually made that happen. They suggested them and they made sure they got in. So now you have this triangulation or division between the actual people who were pretty much, besides, I want to say Putin, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, put Trump in power, and Trump himself and his uh, policies, the disastrous tariff policy that is obviously a huge grift. I mean, you look at Trump. Why does Trump do anything? Trump is grifting, and so there you go. That's a big fissure. I think. I think a big crack in terms of uh, Trump support, because it is those people, the Heritage Society, Federalist Society, the Koch brothers, and I think there are probably other um, organizations that are also on that side of things against the tariffs that actually fund the GOP politicians. They fund the people running for office, the GOP Congress people and the GOP senators. So what does that mean? Is it possible that they will withdraw their funding for the GOP candidates and work against them? There's all kinds of things that could happen. So I believe that, I mean, I did ask my guys, and they agreed, and maybe they put that in my mind, but it just logically, rationally, looking at the way things are, if all of that is not gaslighting, which I don't believe it is, um, then think about that. I know what everybody, hey, so, um, uh, what everybody thinks about that, but that's a big deal. And I think that, of course, it's not going to be covered in the media because it's an oligarchical owned media, and we don't get that kind of news, but it's there, it's bubbling in the background. Um, and then yeah, and then the other part of this backstory to this uh, tariff situation is, I don't know if you've noticed the narrative that somehow we're pitted against China, and Trump's going to be tough on China, and then China is tougher on Trump. Well, when did Trump ever not cooperate with China? There's got to be, allegedly, and this is my guides agreeing too, if I'm clear, or I think they actually, when I spoke with them, they put this in my mind, was that it's China and Russia too are controlling this. They set the tariffs up. China is going to, maybe though, at the end of the day, China's not even going to have any tariffs. I mean, all the, sanctions would be, not that the sanctions against Russia have anything to do with the tariffs, but somehow sanctions dropped, no tariffs on China. And in the meantime, insider trading, pump and dump schemes so that they can make all this money off this instability of the stock market, because they don't give a damn about the 99%, as Bernie would say, and people losing their pensions and the whole global economy. I believe this is just a huge scam, a huge grift, a terrible grift at the expense of the whole world. And then I've heard people talk about, and this is very scary to think of, but the people like TL and um, Musk and Trump too. They want to replace our dollar with uh, crypto. So gutting the treasury and destroying the dollar assists them. So we're really watching this huge crime happen in real time, and they're all criminals. Every single one of Trump's administration, I believe, is a criminal or potentially could be charged with felonies, even before they came in, right? So what do grifters and criminals do? Of course they're going to do this. Why should we be surprised? This is what they do. They're sociopaths. They're malignant narcissists. A lot of them, and they don't have any morals. No, I mean, why would we expect them to? So that's what I believe. We're just being, you know, messed with in terms of what is really happening here. So let's read. I'm going to read your comments. I had to get that all out because that was going over in my mind. Oh yeah, I have absolutely agree. Oh yeah, Daniel, you're right. Hitler had concentration camps in Poland and um, all over, not just Poland, but yeah, and Ukraine too. Uh, oh, I didn't know that Seascape. So nuisance suing tariffs as well. Hey, Linda, remember that our community of the Maya folk do not fit in with their plans for future society. No, we do not. Did you hear, by the way? Recently it's come out, it's been leaked that Musk is um, procreating and having so many children in there. He's these scientifically or genetically engineered children, right? Because they're all through in vitro, or almost all except for one. Because he believes the apocalypse is coming and he needs to create some kind of army. And these are like mighty warriors. These children he's having, he's creating an army because of to fend off the apocalypse. Sanity. But that's what he says, I guess, allegedly in his excerpt. Um, yeah, he did, and a lot of cohorts with him, like Stone and Bannon and Miller and all those guys to really get it. Yeah, well, what was Project 2025 all about? This. This is what Project 2025 was and is, and we can read it. We can go back and reference it. Oh, Linda, yeah, when did he come out and say that? Because it's obvious that, like, Britain is, is a colony, really, of or Canada or the large part of Canada anyway. And some of it's France too, right? Like the part where Montreal is. Um, so stupid. And the whole Greenland thing is ridiculous, and the Panama Canal. Yeah, he really is. I remember you saying in 2016, 2017 that the felon and his buddies were committing the Great American Heist. That always stayed with me. Thank you for remembering that. Yep. It's funny when to predict things and you think in terms of time, sometimes it can take years for that to actually like manifest. I'm hey Tristras, I'm like I get lost in time. Oh, somebody asked a question about Stephen Miller. Oh, what do I see happening in Stephen Miller's future? I should go back and reference those readings because I know I did readings on Stephen Miller. And maybe 7 years from that, maybe I thought it was all of that was going to be so much sooner, but because they lost to Biden. But hey, maybe, hopefully, because I think all of them got the Ten of Swords and the Death card at the end, and pretty bad the Tower, the Devil, all of that. Hopefully, that's all still working itself out. It's just that I don't understand the timing, or I'm not getting the correct timing. Or I shouldn't even say the correct timing. I'm just time is different, right? Time is different from the angels. Sometimes what seems quick, it takes years. Um, yeah, Linda, I think that's a good idea. Um, wow, only once a month. The evil is palpable out there, just in energy. Oh, I have something to say about that too, because my guides and I were talking about that this morning. Um, Sorry if I'm not getting to all of your comments. Oh, I did. Yeah, I remember. I remember. And God, he looks like a Nazi. He's just looking more and more evil. Miller, and totally, I feel like, and I don't mean to sound like a Lori Vallow, God bless her, but he does look like he's, kind of been possessed by demons. And I do believe that happens, but not within her paradigm, her framework. Um, oh, yeah, that's something we can ask about. He's not allowed to fire Powell. I heard somebody said on some YouTube political show that the reason that Trump wants to fire Powell is because he's not bringing the interest rates down enough, and Trump owes like he got a really bad interest rate on his properties, and he's just like he loses like hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a year, and he needs to refinance them or something. So he's just willing to destroy America to get that happening. Um, yeah, yeah. I can't remember who was that. It was I don't know if it was Himmler or Goring. I have to go back and look. It was one of those guys, one of the high up ones. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Miller is definitely low. Like he's like on the ground level. Like he's a slithering being. Um, so the guides say that Miller is. It's not good. They're showing me the Ten of Swords for him still because he's taken such huge liberties. And there is going to be a democracy again. I hope I hope that I'm hearing correctly, but they always say that to me. They say, Melissa, the democracy will survive even despite this coup. It's looking very bad for him. This is legally, not looking at health. I'm looking at legal. And there will be a legal reckoning for all of these people, even Bondi. Was it Bondi the one who she was hiding? I can't remember. I don't know if she was hiding documents or something. Really, I can't believe that they put her where they put her in the DOJ. She was a criminal. I thought Bondi was if our democracy survives and the Democrats can control the House and the Senate, the Supreme Court can wake up and realize that if you give a president absolute immunity, then you may not be on the Supreme Court very long. That you should be able to be in these offices if you're a criminal. But of course, Trump doesn't care about that. But there, you should be if you're a 34 felony or convicted of 34-time felon and a convicted rapist, maybe should be president of the United States. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Joseph Goebbels, that's who he was. Yeah. Um, yeah, he does think he's Tony Soprano. Yeah, he does. He does think he's mafia. I mean, he's running the place like a mafia. Uh, and that's, how one of the big ways that he gets his people and the GOP Congress people and the Senate to comply is they get threatened. Yeah, and they get threatened. They're threatened with a hammer, right? Um, they're thugs, and I see Trump wanting to um, imitate. He wants to do what the president of El Salvador did. He he had a coup. Really, he stole his presidency. I don't know how that happened, but my internet went off. Y'all still here? Are y'all still here? I'm back. I'm so sorry. You guys show me that you're back. Hey, Renee. Hey, Mary Jean. Hey, everybody who's just come on. Good. Yay, Finbar. Who turned my internet off? Good, Sandy. I'm glad everybody's still here. Man, yeah. So, I feel like, oh, this is what my guides kind of showed me because they always show me it in a spiritual, energetic um, plane. That right now, we were, right, we're at the beginning of the Aquarian age. Oh, whose birthday is it? Is it your birthday, Linda? Happy birthday! Yeah, I'm back. My internet disconnected for some bizarre reason. Um, so that if you think about it spiritually, it's just what's happening with Pluto and Aquarius and the Aquarian age is that we're being like the whole thing about Aquarius is to increase vibrational frequency, to lighten up. And Aquarius, as we get more and more into Aquarius, it requires us to become lighter, to vibrate at a faster frequency. That's why we're also interested in meditation and cleansing our bodies and doing chakra work and all this healing, all the things that are that lighten us up, and we're trying to cut the cords, with things that are weighing us down, and we're feeling that like pull of that requirement, but at the same time, the the ones, the low vibrational frequency people, the ones who want to stay in a low vibration, are scared because on some level, because they know they can feel that they may not be able to be vampires much longer. They may not be able to um, be on that low vibrational plane where misery and sadness and evil and greed and violence and all those denser energetic um, thought forms and emotional forms exist. So they're trying to pull us back there. They're trying to pull. They don't want us to move forward. They want to pull us back so they can live forever and they can rule the world and they can achieve their dream. But they're losing their grip as we as that becomes more difficult to do. So they become more violent and more egregious and all those things and they scare us more. So our energy, our fear, they can bring us down to their level, and then that can create that more density. But what's happening, this is, just allegedly, this is what I hear, and I've heard other people say this too, is the dimensions are actually pulling apart. They're splitting because it's untenable. They can't, the earth is not going to move backwards. They can try as much as they want. So these dimensions are ripping apart right now. It's not pleasant, but people can't be, they can either be of the light or of the dark right now. There's no gray area. And if people are in a gray area, then they're really struggling. So it's on us to continue to lighten our vibration, and the very weight of their density is going to end them. They are ending themselves. They are creating their own destiny in that, because they're not complying with the requirement of Aquarius. And so that's what we're experiencing right now. So no matter how scary it is, and yeah, they want us to feel the opposite of that emotion, whatever is being triggered when we see these horrible things. Not, I'm not saying that to 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 ignore or to not do anything about it. Obviously, we've got to fight for justice and be good spiritual warriors and be good political warriors wherever you're at, wherever we're at, but not to be dragged down to their level, because the buoyancy of our trajectory is going to become more and more powerful. And so joy and uh, creativity and being one with nature, working on our spiritual uh, paths and our healing, that's where what we need to do even more. If they're doubling down one way, we've got to double down the other, or double up the other way. Does that make sense to you? Are you still around, you guys? Hello, where are you? Good, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, brought tears to my eyes, Daniel. Look to the sky, the clouds, the sun, and the moon. We're bigger than what we are going through. And in my belief anyway, we've been here many times. We've been through this before. We kind of are familiar with this kind of this dynamic or game or whatever's going on now. Like the a lot of us were here during World War II, uh, World War I, French Revolution, uh, Crusades, all kinds of upheavals, Spanish Inquisition. We know the score, but we're given hey, Renee, we're given. Sorry, Finbar. We were given an opportunity now to take everything that we learned from those times and apply them now. And this is what we signed up for in between lives. We all knew this was gonna, be the case. And for those of us who want this opportunity, to ascend, to experience the highest what humanity can experience, we need to grapple with the lowest of of what humanity has wrought, and transform, overcome, transform, yeah, transcend. And I believe that this is what is necessary, and I believe this is what we're all really going through. So I get down too. It's been very very rough this week, and I can feel, the energies, and yet when I calm down enough and I do healing work on myself and I talk to my guides, they always remind me, Melissa, it's a spiritual war, and they won't win. Whatever it looks now or right now is well, Linda, I was talking about time before. The age of Aquarius is long. It's 74 years isn't as long as you might think it is for these kinds of cosmic changes or cataclysmic changes, or to happen on Earth. They take time, but our experience of time is really different than, let's say, the angels or the divine experience of time. uh, Imagine, and we are, I believe, our souls are millions, billions years old, or God knows. So some part of us, our higher selves, is aware of that too, I think, in terms of time. Um, it appears that farmers are not getting it and they still support felon. Why do we have to continue to go through? Well, we don't know that for sure, do we? About the farmers. I mean, that's what we're being told, but I don't believe the polls. It's like, maybe they are, maybe they're not. We don't know. I really believe the narrative is, it was bad enough before, in terms of being controlled by Musk and those people, and the media, which is really owned by Pravda. It's like that, a meme or like this narrative started going around, like the Democrats are so unpopular. What can we do about the Democrats? They've only got like 29 support. That is not true. I'm telling you, that was a lie. So what poll was that from? We just accepted that. We have to be careful, just like we knew we had to be careful during the election. The last election is when these narratives pop up, these polls pop up. Where they come from? Where what, why should we just believe them when we know that so many of those polls were false? I do not believe the Democrats are unpopular. I don't believe that because we have all these amazing Democrats going around and supporters of Democrats, and they're speaking the truth and they're speaking their mind. And I believe that 60 to 70% of people voted for Kamala anyway. They're not all of a sudden going to be supporting the Republicans. We have to be really careful of the narrative set up there. Yeah, yeah, I think you are. I think you are too, Danielle. I think we all are here. Um, I don't believe the polls anymore. Uh, well, I don't know. It's crazy right now, right? With all of the financial stuff going on. Do you know who sponsored the poll? Do you know what station it was aired on? Like, was it on independent media? Tris? I just don't know. I'm just so skeptical. You might be completely right about the poll, but it seems to me that um, there's a lot of farmers around, and the thing about the farmers is the belief, anyways, that um, if this continues, they'll end up having to sell their farms for like pennies on the dollar, and it's the billionaires that are going to buy up the farms. They're just that's why they're creating this situation. Also, buy up real estate, buy up farms, and own everything, have their technocracy. But I'm just skeptical. I apologize. Mary Jean says a big difference between going through this in the past, etc. We have the internet and social media. We see so much more. It takes a lot of discipline. Yeah, but it also connects us. It really does. I'm so grateful for it. Happy birthday, Aries! Yay! Um, so much propaganda controlling the narrative. Yeah, I intuitively, and I'm going to ask my guides also. Um, it's just even with the farmers that were being interviewed, the guides are saying that's not the larger scope. We'd be surprised if we really knew how angry they were showing up at the town halls. They're worried about losing their farms. Yeah, I believe that too. Um, so whatever's happening now, again, I believe that there's going to be a lot of unexpected results. It's only been 100 days or something like that, or less than 100 days. How long has the orange one been in power? It seems like it's been forever, but it really hasn't been that long. Well, Tristram, CNN itself is owned by, if it's CNN, it's definitely owned by Trump-leaning oligarchs. And you can research. I forget the name of the billionaire who bought it up. Like, think about all the people they fired, people of color, et cetera. It's becoming very right leaning. So if it's CNN, yeah, I would be skeptical. CBS, I don't know what the ownership is there. Um, I just I would just be skeptical. Maybe I need to do more research. Maybe that it's on me to start researching. I guess there's a news organization called Ground News, and they can show you all the sources, like where articles came from and where they, you know, are they neutral? Are they leaning left? Are they leaning right? Um, see, what are you saying? Love's peace. The MT said that Trump is sending his minions emails saying he'd go to jail or they would put him in jail. Does he know something we don't? Does he see the writing on the wall? I don't know. I don't know the context of that. Um, so Yeah, I'd say all of the media right now, the mainstream media, I think I did see a statistic like 90% of it is actually owned by oligarchs, billionaires, foreign countries, all 90%. So it's very high. Even MSNBC isn't what it used to be. You know, they fired Joy Reid, remember? Kathy O says, I believe he's destroying the US as fast as he can because he knows the truth is out on the hands of those who can actually use it sooner than later. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he knows the election, I believe, entertainment purposes only. I believe he, knows the election was stolen and they're in there and, they were able to have their coup. And now they got to get what, it's like a heist, right? Strike while the iron's hot and then get the hell out of there if it gets too hot. Um, so, you guys, we do have an oracle card. I could wait a little bit to read it, but the guides did. I don't want to forget to read it either. Well, any other questions? And then I'll read the card. You can continue to ask after. I just want to make sure I read it. Miss anything up here? So a lot is going to happen. Oh, I know what I can do. I can ask the guys, make some predictions. What do you think? What do you think, you guys? It's a good idea. Um, okay. I think it's on me, Tristris, to kind of investigate more myself to see what may end up finding the same thing. But I wouldn't put all the farmers in just the handful that were interviewed. And nevertheless, they're screwed if this continues, right? And that's the question. Will this continue? Whatever they think doesn't matter. It's still the truth is the truth. And he really doesn't have that much support. Trump has like 30% support, I think. They try to make it seem like the working class support him and whatever. He really doesn't. He's not really. He wouldn't have won, I believe, if Leon hadn't given him a hand. He would have lost terribly. Uh, Did she? Okay, it's okay. I'm going to investigate. Even if I hope you hear me, Tris. Even if that is true, they are still screwed. They're still. I mean, the only farmers I think that are going to benefit if he is allowed to continue from the tariffs are the ones who are going to be the mega farmers, because the little farmers are going to really struggle. So whatever they believe, the truth is the truth. Um, Unless this is tariffs are a good policy for them and but whatever they feel. I mean, come on, think about it. They supported Trump before, they supported Trump after. Who are these people? What kind of people are they? Trump is so horrible. uh I mean, whatever they think, whatever they don't think, MAGA is MAGA. Um so let's see, I'll ask the guys. Yeah, be careful, Tristris. I don't mean to just focus on you, but watching this information, it's going to mess you up. At least, and you probably do have a lot of other sources that, or you research yourself, but they want to get you feeling like this, the media, and feeling powerlessness and being upset and angry. It's the way that they hook you in. But it may, all, oh, that's, thank you so much, Tris, because I had forgotten. My guides told me this last night. They said, everything, tell the people, everything is not as it seems. That's what they said. And that reminded me of that. Um, so let's see. The guides want to tell you that there's a lot going on behind the scenes. to stop this, to oust this coup, and we don't see it, but it's happening. And oh, I hope I'm right. I even saying this even to myself because who knows, God. But they say that they still see the ending to this coup. There's an ending, and the ending is coming, and things will be restored. Our place will be restored in the world. Yes, Debbie, that's what I'm hearing. So, oh, did anybody see Bishop? Did anybody see Biden speak yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Um, or maybe it was the day before. It was so amazing to see him. He was in Chicago. He spoke on Social Security. It just made me cry. It's like, I want you back, Joe. Please come back. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see him. Carol, hello. Just listen to an astrologer explain the next few weeks. Mars into Leo, Saturn into Aries, Venus Aries. Expect more military. Shazam. Meant to scare us. Hang on in there. June will be better. And good to hear. Yeah, Biden was great. Oh my God. Oh my God. It lifted me up to watch him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Carolyn. Um, Yay. More of that, Joe, please. Oh, thank you, Celtic Seer. Happy Easter Passover, whichever applies. Thank you. So, okay, here's the Oracle card. Like love it or leave it. But this one's for us from the Sacred Oracle deck, of course. Spirit Guardian of Spring activation. Do not hesitate. The time is now. Take action. It's okay if you are hesitant or even afraid. Face the fear and do it anyway. There are times to pull back and think carefully before every action, but this isn't one of those times. Forge forward with courage and certainty. A new beginning awaits you. You might experience some chaos or turmoil, but that is all part of this exciting time of activation. Do not allow upheaval to disrupt your forward trajectory. Be courageous and forthright. Make your decisions swiftly and with confidence, and then act on them with steely resolve. The spirit guardian of spring says, get ready. Big changes are ahead. Things that have been incubating are now coming to life. A profound transformation is ahead. Take risks. Keep going. Prepare for this time of upheaval, fluctuation, and renewal. And the end result will be glorious. There. Activation. That's a beautiful spring card. So are you guys oh, you're welcome. Are you guys all preparing for like family stuff this weekend? Those of you who celebrate Easter? Easter egg hunts, church, and family, and cooking. I guess I want to say I just disclaim like this. I was raised as Jewish, although I don't practice that religion. I have another belief system, but because it's Passover for Jews now. But yeah, mine isn't Judeo-Christian, although I truly honor and respect anyone who's within those traditions, including Islam. Um, but have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oop. Says, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, Tristras. You'll be with your family on Easter Sunday for family dinner, Jackie. I hope it's enjoyable for you. because when family gets along and there's love and um, and all that kind of thing, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hey, Ethereal, I'm good. You don't celebrate any Easter celebrations. I celebrate spring. I mean, doesn't Easter come from Oestra or Estara, the goddess of spring? So that's kind of more. And anything involving chocolate, I like that. I love chocolate. Ethereal, are you saying is this a free reading? I'm not charging anything. Oh, which reminds me, thank you for that coming up. I am gonna do super chats, which is not quite my style, but somebody asked me how to, buy me a coffee or something that they didn't do PayPal. So I'm gonna set that up on YouTube, and you don't have to, but if you feel moved, that's fine. You know, uh, but I did that, because somebody asked me to. But yeah, these readings are free. Super chats are like, I don't know, whatever anybody wants to give. I've never, I watch other YouTube channels where super chats happen and people give whatever they're moved to give. And I'm not sure even how that works. I just signed up for it. Like, I haven't even used it yet. And this right now, I'm filming on StreamYard. And when it gets, and you're watching it on YouTube, and so you might see a super chat there, option there. I have no idea. I might have to do more steps, or I'm not sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Seascape. Very, very much. Um, so we still have some time. We've got 10 minutes to 4. Any other questions? Anything else? Anything you want to talk about? I can see what if my guys want to talk about anything else. What I really want to, and this is for you and me too, for all of us collectively, now is a time to really, lift our spirits up and lift our vibrations up. And I know I said that before, but I just want to remind everybody, um, it's necessary spiritually. Our guides want us to, and they'll work with us to help us. However we do that, we have a right to joy and happiness. We have a right not to be kind of thrown into this um, insanity, this pain, this uncertainty, this fear. We have a right not to own that because we really don't know. It's like with the tariffs, what's really happened with them, we don't know yet. It's just very uncertain. Well, obviously, people have lost a great deal of money, or some people have. Money's going to come back. I do see that. Just to let you know, I do see the stock market coming back, so that's a good sign. Um, and I maybe I'm just stubbornly optimistic. And if Trump stays in there and all this is happening, we still have like an obligation. We've decided, like this. This is just part of this life. This is interesting times, and we do the best we can to meet this challenge, right? But spiritually, fighting this battle, um, raising our vibrations is the direction to be victorious. Well, it is. I think Age of Aquarius is interactive, so it's kind of happening whilst we speak, and it happens in the future. It happens now. So ascension. There will be people who ascend into their light bodies sooner than others, but we're all going that way if we choose. It's very interesting, to think about the potential of that. There's so much. In terms of a spiritual awakening and what our capacity is and what can happen. And we I believe Aquarius is a time also of reconnecting with what initially we were, with our higher selves, and also with initially who we were at the beginning of dawn. and even on this planet, and even before we ever were on this planet. All of this is uh, that we're connecting with now. It's all coming in now. That's a good question, Pat. I'm torn between these two questions. I'll ask them in order, I guess. Will we ever get lucky and get a day without the phone doing this evil while we wait for this regime to end? That's such a great question. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, the guides say sooner than you may think, because and I'm not wishing this, and it's a kind of morbid thing. They don't see his days as. Oh, I've said this for years, so I don't know. Although I don't think I was that far off in terms of like maybe I mean all this had to play out, but they still see an ending for him right now. Maybe it's not it's energy in flux, and they're looking at his heart, which I've seen before. And maybe I don't know. I mean, it's an easy guess, but I see a heart valve, uh, like his heart could give out at any time. I did hear that he's on like two different medications for his heart, and he's on a lot of medications for like for somebody who is like perfect in perfect health. He's on cholesterol medications, um, and he has what I see. Any medical intuitives out there? What do you guys see? I see through my guides. I see that he needs stents, but he doesn't want stents. Like his arteries are really like there's some, and maybe that's part of the alleged dementia is a lack of oxygen going to his brain. But there's a heart issue there that so because he's because of the alleged stimulants that he's on, I don't know, but and because of all the stress and though he feeds off stress, he feeds off our stress. He's a malignant narcissist. That's what they do. They're narcissistic supply. But that is looking not so good right now for him. The devil is propping him up. Yeah, I 100% agree. That's excellent, Seascape. Yep, the devil is propping him up. Um, and they say it may be just like that, really, really quick. And almost like there's Vance in the background. That's always a question to ask. Well, Trump goes, what about JD? By the way, did you guys see the trolling that China has been doing on him on TikTok? I was watching this one YouTube channel. Oh, it's great. It was JD Vance uh, in a Maybelline commercial wearing in drag wearing I mean it's all AI, obviously. Um, this pink summer dress and he's putting on eyeliner and maybe it's Maybelline. It was so well done. It was amazing. Oh my God, China's hysterical on TikTok. Like what they're like no holds barred because he called the Chinese worker a peasant. He talked about Chinese peasants, and that's to upset uh, the Chinese people a little bit. Linda, you see blood clots? Yeah, I think that's it. Blood clots. Something that could just kind of like so quickly take him. Yeah. So what about Vance? Bye, Cosmic Blue Avian. Sleep well, Finbar. I'm reading your statement here. Um, but they always assure me, and I don't know about this too, because I know that like emotionally, as I said at the right at the beginning, I not, can't attest to how clear I am, although I do work on myself every day to be clear, is that JD Vance does not become president. That it stopped. It's like everything's just stopped. Like maybe the coup is uncovered the theft, all of it, and it's just like, and I do see them. It's the military that steps in. That's what I see, and shuts it all down. But we'll see. This is such a crazy ride. It's insane, and one day's more insane than the other. And then we didn't even really talk about. Did we? Oh, we did talk about Leon and his legion of genetically engineered children who are going to become great warriors and fight the through the or fight whoever they're going to fight for the apocalypse. I thought they were going to go to Mars. Yes, that's what we should try to manifest is no, for whatever transition the orange one needs to make to not be in power anymore, and then Vance not being president. And for let's end with this. Envision Kamala Harris and Tim Walz taking their rightful place, being inaugurated as president and vice president, which they are. Yeah, I feel bad for Alonia's kids too. Oh, and yeah, the baby mamas. Although they were, I guess they were spared, the having to get that up close or front and personal with Felonia if it was in vitro. It's crazy. Okay, you guys, let's also envision prosperity, consciousness, and the magic of the universe as we move forward, and you know still play with the higher energies, and definitely prosperity, even the abundance of the air, the abundance of the sun, the abundance of, like Daniel said, the moon and the stars, and we can manifest abundance. Don't let them drag us down to their poverty consciousness, because nothing is ever enough for them. They could have, and they do have, but all the money in the world, and yet they're miserable. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go. I love you. I'll be back next week. Be well. Oh, I'm still available for personal readings. My information will be below in the description box. And happy Easter. Bye bye. Bye, everybody.